Good morning. Well, I'm not a person that tends to spend a whole lot of time on Facebook, but due to the lockdown, I have found myself recently adding a few more thoughts than I normally would. And one of them relates to a very small incident that happened to me this week, but it has really made me think. So I'm going to take shameless advantage of a captive audience and tell you about that. Well, this all started because I like my hands to feel nice, and that means I like soaps and I like hand creams. And for a week or so, I'd been feeling the urge to go to the shops and to get myself some hand cream. Well, I'm not a particularly sophisticated person, so I've never felt the urge to go and buy the most expensive brand on the market in the belief that it's going to do something wonderful for my skin. Basically, my criteria is, do I like the smell? Because if I do, I will buy it, and if I don't, I won't. It's just a little treat and it makes me feel nice. So nothing particularly controversial or sinful there. And I went into one of the main high street shops to find some. But although it has never done this before, suddenly the knowledge that I already had some stopped me buying any. Because there's not that much on the shelves at the moment, is there? And it struck me that if I bought hand cream when I already had some, someone else might go without who didn't have any. So I put aside that momentary hit of satisfaction that you get from treating yourself to something even as small as hand cream, and decided I would go home and investigate the hand cream situation. And when I did, I gathered together no less than 7 pots or tubes of hand cream. And one, my favourite Dolce & Gabbana, was a gift from my sister. But the others, ranging from a lovely honeysuckle one by Waitrose to Neutrogena for those days when my hands get chapped, were all ones I had bought myself. And on finding that out, I found myself weirdly getting more pleasure from the fact that on this occasion I did not buy hand cream than I ever have had on previous occasions from having bought it. And this little personal epiphany reminded me of 2 Bible passages. Firstly, the words of Isaiah 55, "Come, all you who are thirsty, come to the waters, and you who have no money, come buy and eat. Come, buy wine and milk without money and without cost. Why spend money on what is not bread and your labour on what does not satisfy? Listen, listen to me and eat what is good, and your soul will delight in the richest of fare. Give ear and come to me. Hear me, that your soul may live." What an invitation. And secondly, it reminded me of the words in Matthew 6. "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." These are unusual times. We can't do so many of the things that we have been used to doing without thinking twice. We can't go to the shops and find a nice outfit, or we can't go to a restaurant, or whatever it happens to be for you that maybe you spend a little bit of your money on, and perhaps not so much because you need to, but because it gives you some pleasure. But my little hand cream saga showed me that at some point along the way, my focus has ceased to be 100% on Jesus. And I can tell this because the sheer number of pots of hand cream testify to the fact that I spent money where it wasn't needed to give myself pleasure, when I could have taken pleasure in enjoying my relationship with God. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm certainly not saying that buying ourselves the things that we need, or even treating ourselves occasionally, is in any way wrong. But today, I want to encourage you, focus on Jesus. And if the lockdown has given you any extra time that you wouldn't normally have, I'd urge you to consider taking it and investing it in your relationship with Him. We can't go to the shops, but the treasure that God offers in our relationship with Him is so much better and so much more satisfying. And best of all, it's completely free.